Good morning and welcome to our live crafting this morning. It is Monday morning, the 25th of March 2024. My name's Jenny McCormack and I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in the market town of Brackley, which is in Northamptonshire, and that's here in the UK. Good morning to you. I go live every Monday morning and Thursday evening, and this week we're looking at our latest stamp set of the week, and it's called, as you can see, Encircled in Nature. This also happens to be the stamp set and dies, well, mainly the dies that I've been using for our March class in a box. And this is going to be the stamp set that we use this week for coffee and card. Good morning, Catherine. Thank you so much for joining us. So this stamp set and dies you won't find in the catalogue. It's one of our new online exclusives. And as you can see, it features this lovely wreath that you can add various bits and pieces to and really change the look of it. We've got some fir trees here on the left. We've got a little bouquet here. We've got a single tree. We've got these pretty little flowers. We've got a moon and stars, a little bit of foliage, and then there are 4 sentiments that go with this. Here for you. May this year be incredible and filled with possibilities. A huge thank you, and you mean so much to me. Right, let's see who's popped on. Thank you. Good morning, Caroline. Yes, I had a great weekend. Hope everybody else did too. Good morning, Nicole. And good morning to you, Jeanette. Thank you for your kind words the other day, Jeanette. So this is the stamp set. It stamps larger than this image here because obviously they've got all the other information on. So this is it as it stamps. You've got this lovely wreath here that you can put flowers or anything you want around it, and as I say, you've got these other elements here. So that is the stamp set exactly as stamped. This is the stamps combined with some of the dies. So these are the elements that match the dies. So there is a die that matches that sprig wreath, and then we've got a die for the flowers, for the single tree, and then there's this, the inside of this obviously works really well with the trees. And then the dies that work also on their own are these ones here. And you've got this pretty little die here that you can colour in the flowers, but they could also be red for little berries for Christmas. This I stamped, sorry, I've die cut in white and then coloured the flowers to look like hyacinths. You've got some oak leaves, you've got some pine sprigs, you've got some die cut trees, and you've got obviously this one which cuts out that, but you can use it in its own right. So for coffee and card, we're just going to be using the stamp set. And I haven't actually tried this yet, so you'll have to bear with me. But my idea is to use, I've got a white square card. This measures 99 millimeters or 9.9 centimeters square, and then I've got a smaller 9 centimeter piece of white card that I'm going to stamp on, and then I have some layers between the two. Hopefully if I've got those right, which is about 9.5, so quite a fine layer, but I want to make sure that I can fit what I need onto there. Yes, that I have to say that one there and those are my favourite. You can really change it up. It looks very washed out actually on here, as always. But yeah, I just thought it looked very, hopefully, spring-like. So my plan, so we're not die cutting at Coffee and Card, is to use a piece of vellum that I've cut out, a circle, which is very similar to the size of the sprig. And I have it all ready here, and now I can't find it. It's because vellum's clear, nearly clear, there we go. So if I bring this one back here, so as luck would have it, or maybe by design, one of the stitched stylish shapes dies is almost an exact match for that stamped image. So what I plan to do is to use that as a mask, and I cut it in vellum so I can see where it's going to go on my piece of paper behind. I find that much more useful to do it in vellum, because then you can see the elements behind. So I'm going to blend with the blending brush an area there to create my background, and then I'm going to stamp the flowers. Now I might have them right the way around, or I might have it on one side, and I'm also going to do one with these trees as well. So let's get cracking. Excuse me while I have a sip of my coffee. I trust everybody had a good weekend. It was the weather was nice, as I remember. I managed to get my lawn mown, so that says something, and my washing dry on the line, so double win. Right, now I need to put my coffee down that I'm not going to knock it over. Okay, fingers crossed. Right. Okay, so I'm going to, I don't need to attach this really, I can just hold it in place. So the first one I'm going to do is the flowers, and I wanted to do sort of purples. So I may have enough on here as it is. So actually I might just attach this very lightly, if I could find my glue. Or even a glue dot will do the job. There we go, to hold that in place. And then I can put this down with a little bit of tape. Good morning, Teresa. I hope you are well too, and you had a reasonable weekend. So I'm just getting that fairly central. So I've got my piece of white card underneath. This is my vellum with my cutout, and I'm going to use my blending brush. It says purple, so it'll be sort of a pinky purple, and I just want to create the effect of that circle without having to die cut the circle. Now you could also obviously stamp this either as well as or in place of. So a very traditional stamping technique is to take a stencil of some kind. In this case it's just a stencil of a circle. That's okay, Teresa. And have it slightly darker up on the top right, because I'm going to do my stamping bottom left, and then I'm going to colour in those flowers. So this is fresh freesia that I'm using, But also if you wanted a nice sky effect, you could use any of the blues, and in fact I will do one with the trees. So let's see what that looks like. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay, so let it go slightly softer here because I'm going to stamp my outline on top. I've got Pebbled Path, but you could use Early Espresso or any of the inks that you like for outlining. I could also do them in the purple. So this is going to go on here. Now obviously if you've got the dies, you could stamp and die cut those out and place them wherever you want. And you could either have it directly on the line or you could have it a little bit further down. Decisions. That's my first decision, isn't it? So I'm going to stamp that in Pebbled Path. Go. See what it stamps like. It's got a lot of nice shading in it. So I'll bring it up to the screen so you can see it a little bit better. Come out. There we go. So there's that. So I'm going to colour that in a second, but I'm going to stamp my sentiment in first. And I did think that the birthday wishes even would look nice. Or I've got thinking of you, hello. Maybe I'll put hello on there. Feels a little bit big for you. That's from Layering Leaves, and I'm pleased to say that Layering Leaves is carrying over into our new annual catalogue. Okay, so just going to pop that up on the right hand side here. Like so. Okay, and then I'm just going to colour that panel in. I can leave that on there actually. So I have some fresh freesia and some assorted greens for the leaves of the flowers. I might need to take it darker actually. Let's have a look and see. Let's take my glasses off for a second. So you could change the look of this flower just by changing the colours up. If you did it purples and reds with yellow, it looks very much like a pansy. So this is my dark fresh freesia. There we go. Do those little buds as well. Like that. A little bit of greenery. So this is light old olive. So there's a small amount of colouring in, but not too much. And Let's see, I've got light fresh freesia. I can just blend this little bit out. And then I'll just do something in the centre of the flowers. So very easy colouring in. A lot of the shading is done for you. I'll lift it up to the screen so you can see it a little bit better. There we go. Like so, hopefully you can see that okay. Let's have a little bit of yellow in the middle maybe. Now there'd be nothing to stop you doing 2 lots of flowers or having the flowers off the end. I wanted it sort of incorporated, but there's so many options really. Thank you, Jeanette. Right, and then I've got a couple of layers I can put that together. She says, there it is. I've got that, and I've also got Mossy Meadow. So that's actually Highland Heather. I might see what Mossy Meadow looks like underneath. I'm going to stick with that. Like so. And then you can add a little bit of bling to that, of course. So that's using that little set of flowers. So I don't think you get 4 on there, but you might get 3 to do it all the way around, although you don't need much space underneath. Let's just straighten that a little bit though. There we go. And that will go on our card. Just think it's really simple, but very effective. As I say, you could definitely add the stamped twig outline if you wished. Okay, and I think we definitely need those flowers on the inside, just across that corner. Like so. There we are. That's that one, and then flowers on the envelope. I think they would work nicely on here, on the reverse. So there we go. So you could definitely colour those in if you wish. I tend not to colour the inside of the card because the ink will blend through to the back of the card. Okay, especially if you've got a dark colour ink, but I will colour in the flowers on the envelope. So that's card number 1, and then I want to do the same thing and just try it with the trees. So let's just do the same thing. Let's move that out of the way. Let's grab a glue dot, hold that in place. Okay, now I know this has already got some pink on it, and I'm going to do it in blue, but I might have a bluey pink. If I was doing a whole set of them, I would keep a piece of vellum for each colour, definitely. So let's grab some blue, and I did add a little bit of blue ink to my blue ink pad, because it does tend to go down very quickly when it's used with blending brushes. Okay. So again, and I might stamp the twig border with this. What do you think? Just for a different look, so you can see it. So this is just really, in this case, to emulate the sky. And it is very useful that that die is just about the same size. There we go. Okay. Probably go quite a bit darker, but you get the gist of it. Let's grab this lovely set of trees here, and they curve around really nicely, so this would make a lovely Christmas card, dare I say it. So they're going to fit on there. Will they fit on that? Just. Let's grab some mossy meadow. So just the heads up that we have a new catalogue coming in May, which means April will see our retiring items listed. Good morning, Libby. Lovely to have you join us. And there are a lot of retiring items. I think in the annual catalogue, many of those sets have been around, and products, so ribbons and embellishments, been around quite a time. So it would be nice to get some of those cleared out. So lots of discounts to be had. Right. Let's put that round there. See what that looks like. Just going to bring that back up. There we go. If you can see that. I am going to add some more blue actually. It might have been easier, and I'll note this for coffee and card tomorrow, to stamp that first and then add this to it. Just want to make this sky a bit more darker. Oops. And we have our in-person class tomorrow in Evenly. I'm looking forward to that. And then we have a very busy month in April. So as well as my class in the box and coffee and card, I have a class in Buckingham on the 6th of April in the morning, and then we have our extended morning crafting. That's with myself and Sam in Bicester on the 13th. So busy all time, but good busy. Okay, there we go. That's a little bit more defined now. Hopefully you can see that okay. And then sentiment wise for that, let me see, I think thinking of you would work. And there. And obviously you could add more detail to this if you wished. Let's pop that on a block. I'm going to do that in Pebbled Path, I think. And of course we have Easter this weekend. Yes, it needed it, didn't it, Catherine? There we go. So I could stamp the twig wreath around it. I do quite like it as it is, but let's have a look and see. Now I'm going to leave it off, but I will give everyone the option, of using that at Coffee and Card tomorrow. Okay, this is going to go onto a layer of Mossy Meadow. Just take that glue dot off there. Oh, thanks, Catherine. I'm glad you agree. Yes, I think you're right. And you could actually, what I'm thinking of doing is you could actually mask that off and then just have the rest of that with the twig wreath, if you wanted to. There we go. Oh, I don't think I've got a spare card. Let me just grab one. And we're done. Spot on time. Go. So this will start our Coffee and Card tomorrow, Tuesday, and then Friday, and then Bank Holiday Monday if enough people want to come to Toaster. There we go. Let's pop some trees in here. See. Yeah, they will work on the edge. Oh yes, good point. Trees wouldn't be attached to a wreath. You're quite right. And obviously if you've got the dies, then you could cut those out anyway and put them on the top of the wreath. Oh, I got a bit carried away there with my inking. That's the inside. And then it will fit nicely on that envelope. You just wipe this down. Got rather carried away with that. Okay. and that's just on the left hand side of the envelope. Thank you, Jeanette. And there, excuse me, there we go. So we've got this one here, thinking of you, and obviously you can swap out the sentiment for that. You could also do quite a dark blue for a night sky if you wanted to. Let's just cover that one up. And then this one here, and then obviously you could add a little bit of bling if you wanted to those, and then we've stamped that on the inside and also on the back of the envelope. So there we go. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. I hope you have a great week ahead. I look forward to seeing some of you this afternoon at Coffee and Card, and again tomorrow morning. So thank you very much. I hope that's given you some ideas for that stamp set. It's called Encircled in Nature. It's £23 and it's available on our online store, and there are the coordinating dies that go with it, which are these ones here. So yeah, really nice set. I absolutely love this one, as you might guess. Thank you so much, everyone. Do take care. Have a great day ahead, and I look forward to crafting with you again really soon. Bye for now.